Off the show today, we have the pound for pound rankings that have come out. It is Tuesday, so now every Tuesday, you know what it is. Pound for pound rankings coming out, and Merab Devishwaldi and Kayla Harrison jump up on the pound for pound rankings after UFC 316. Some huge wins at UFC 316 last Saturday unsurprisingly caused some significant movement in the UFC rankings this week. Topped by a bantamweight double feature for the promotion's men's and women's 135 belt, UFC 316. Okay, we all know who won that. They get a pound-for-pound boost. Harrison now sits atop the women's bantamweight rankings after winning UFC gold, and the two-time Olympic gold medalist also moved up 4 places in the women's pound-for-pound rankings to the number 3 spot. Oh, got to crack my neck. Pena previously held the number 3 ranking and dropped down 2 places to 5, and now only 2 fighters ahead of Harrison on the women's pound-for-pound list are flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko and strawweight champion Weili Zhang. Devishwali's second title defense also earned him a bump in the men's pound-for-pound rankings as the machine passed both Ilia Topuria and John Jones, and now holds the number 2 spot below Islam Makhachev. But why is Islam at number 1? Kevin Holland rejoins the rankings, and Joshua Van cracks the top 10. Good for him. So we just talked about Joshua Van a little bit ago. He'll be stepping in for Manal Kopp at UFC 317. Outside of the UFC 316 title fights, other major winners from the event included Joshua Van and Kevin Holland, who rejoined the UFC rankings as the promotion's number 14 welterweight, thanks to a submission win over Vicente Luque. Van came into his featured prelim matchup with Bruno Silva at UFC's 14th ranked flyweight after stopping Silva with strikes. His 4th straight win, and the 23-year-old jumped up 4 places to crack the top 10. Waldo Cortez Acosta also jumped up 3 places to number 8 in the heavyweight top 15 thanks to a narrow win over Sergey Spivak. Plus, Kong Wing broke into the women's flyweight rankings at number 14 after scoring her 2nd win in a row against longtime UFC veteran Ariana De Silva. Undefeated lightweight Asmat Mirzkhanov now sits at the cusp of division's top 10 after moving to number 11 with the first-round finish of Brendan Ribeiro. And Mario Bautista moved up to number 9 in the bantamweight rankings after spoiling Patch and Mix's octagon debut to give Bautista an incredible 8 wins in a row. So with that, just the rankings to the update. I actually wish that they had the pound-for-pound rankings so we can see, but let me just go ahead and look it up anyways. Pound for pound rankings. All right. Pound for pound in the men's. Number 1 is Islam Makhachev. Merab went up from 4 to 2. Jones is number 3. Ilia is number 4. DDP is 5. Magomed Ankalaev is 6. Volk is 7. JDM is 8. Alex Pereira is 9. And Pantoja is 10. So with this, I mean, Tom Aspinall would probably be at like 4 or 5 if he could actually fight. But dude, like, this sucks. Get this guy a fight. Rounding out the 15 would be Aspinall at 11, Holloway at 12, Bilal Muhammad at 13, Oliveira at 14, and Sarukin at 15. Sarukin shouldn't even be on the list, bro. He bailed out of his last fight. So I don't necessarily disagree with this whole list. I don't think Islam should be number 1. I think at this point, put Merab at number 1. I would still put Jones at number 2, but I feel like Jones's pound for pound is more so a career-wise pound for pound, not necessarily a current pound for pound. So it's difficult with John Jones. I think there should be like one above the one, and that's John Jones for his entire career. But like it's at the point where it's like, why even count him? He's not fighting. He keeps saying he's retired. He keeps saying he's not going to do anything. So it's just kind of annoying. Alex Pereira, it's been a while since he's fought, so like he's probably in the right spot. I would put Volk against Magomed, but I just because I like Volk better. And then so let's go ahead and check the women's pound for pound. Women's pound for pound, number 1 is Valentina Shevchenko. Zhang Weili is number 2. Kayla Harrison is number 3. She jumped up 4 spots. That's crazy. Benan Furiel is number 4. Pena is number 5. Natalia Silva, number 6. Alexa Grasso, number 7. Aaron Blanchfield, number 8. Verna Gidan is 9. Raquel Pennington, 10. Tatiana Suarez, 11. Thug Rose, 12. Yan Xiaonan, 13. Amanda Lemos, 14. Macy Barber, 15. I feel like 15, Macy Barber should probably be cut from that one just based off the last fight, but there also isn't very many women fighters. So with that, don't really necessarily disagree with this. I think Alexa Grasso should probably be dropped to 8, and Blanchfield should be moved up to 7. Blanchfield showed up for that fight. She made weight for that fight. She probably would have won that fight. And Alexa has lost like two in a row. So I would put Blanchfield above Grasso, but Grasso also was a champion, so I can see that. But anyways, that is your men and women's pound for pound rankings. That's the updated rankings. Go ahead and let me know what you think down below, what the rankings, what your personal rankings are. Or do you think any of them should be switched up, kind of like I think some of them should be switched? You go ahead and let me know.